today. Hi to everyone, welcome to my channel, and please subscribe if you like my videos. Today we're going to talk about sex and how I said. Sexuality is a taboo today or nowadays, and sex is a very delicate issue, and people won't talk to it about it. Although we talk, uh, most of us talk about it. Uh, we'd rather talk about other things rather than sex or sexuality. And sexuality is a part of being is life. Sex is life, and therefore sexuality it takes part of our lives. Sexual desire is meant to be interesting. But there's something which is much more beautiful, at least for mammals, which is love and tenderness. Women, men are searching for sex, and in this conflict, it's impossible to reach an agreement. Indeed, bear the fact of having a couple, and this woman, won't have sex with me. Obviously, I couldn't bear not being embraced or not being loved or not feeling loved. But sex for me is secondary. Society has given too much importance in this issue to this issue. And I do think that it's about time to really understand the importance of having fun and being loved, and it's perhaps it's probably the most important and beautiful thing above all. And sex secondary because of the fact that first love and tenderness should come, and then secondly sex, and if the other person needs it. I'm not very sexual at all. Indeed, I'm not asexual, but I do understand asexual people. I'd say that for me, in order to have sex, if I do not love a person, I cannot have sex at all. But it's not something that they have. Indeed, I've had this way of thinking since I was a child or a teenager, like when you have sexual desire, you have sexual. I've had this way of thinking since I was a child or a teenager, like when you have sexual desire and you're feeling it. I do understand that, and I do consider myself pretty spiritual, and thereby I want to follow this trend. I mean, it's not for me. As for me, it's not so important. But being loved is important. Spiritual to apply spirituality in everything I do, and I'm in search for. I want to apply spirituality in everything I do, and I'm in search for spirituality. I do love seeing satiric videos. I do want to learn a lot, and I do think that I do know a lot about it. But there's a lot of more to be known. And now you're going to pardon me, but I'm starting to feel a bit tired. I'm fighting against sleep privacy. You know? Last night I did sleep a lot. However, now I'm a bit tired. It's not that I've done many things, but it's Saturday, and why it's 2 o'clock a.m. in my country, which is Spain. And the only thing you can expect of from me is that I'm doing this ticket to perform a bit better than I did in last May or June, if you like. And I'm going to do many live videos. And by the way, if there's someone over there, please say hi or something. I'd be delighted to have some company around. And I'm going to share to you my work to you. I do love to go to nature, and I want you to see beautiful towns and to experience what I experience, my calmness, tranquilness, and easiness. This is the taste part of my spiritual world. And coming back to the issue, the main issue, which is sexuality or sex, there are many arguments regarding this issue, and couples are fighting because of or arguing because of maybe of the lack of sex, or because women tend to claim more love. And I do think that it's about being creative and being nice and gentle and honest, and to express your feelings. I do understand that this seems a bit cozy, but however, I do think that every aspect of our lives we can express, if we can express ourselves well, that every aspect of our lives we can express, if we can express ourselves well, and our love, our tenderness, our weakness, and yeah, it's nice to be a mammal. It's nice to have feelings. It's nice to have a woman or a man who loves you. Obviously, that's why we form families. But if you look at it deeply enough, we can say that people are not having fun at deeply enough. We can say that people are not having fun at all. I mean, most people are getting bored, and most couples, 50% or more of marriages are written to its end, to their end, and they get divorced. And I do understand that sexuality is one of the main issues, and that's why many women want to divorce, because men insist on having sex when women do not feel like it. And I'm pretty sure of the fact that most women have sex only because they think they have to do it, but it's not that they feel the need to do it, and they don't feel close. Nowadays, it's easier to see that women are rejecting this kind of attitudes, and they want to be more loved, which is totally understandable. Women are more loving theoretically, and they need more love, and more sensitive and more loving people, However, it depends on in general terms, we can say that thing, but although there are some women who can be very mean. The only thing I want to express is that sexuality takes part of our lives, and thereby we have to face it. Let's face it. But I'm saying that there are, although most people believe or most people believes is that sex is more the important thing. It's not at all. There are other dimensions of life that can be even much more pleasurable than sex. For instance, when I play a video game, I have so much love and fun, and that it can be enlarged. This feeling can be enlarged when I'm in a beautiful town such as Sawyer or Boidemosa. For me, it's so pleasurable that it can be perfectly compared with sex, and 6 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but the feeling for video game can last for 3 hours, or watching football match can last for 2 hour, 2 hour, hour and a half, or going to I don't know, having a sport you like it. You can have pleasure for a long time. Thereby, I do think that our society ought to to take it easy, and to relax and to forget about this issue. It's normal that it takes part of our lives, but there are other things which take take part of our lives and which are much more fundamental. One of the main fundamental issues, for example, for instance, can be beloved and to have true friends, and to take care of your family, or to be taken care of of your family can can take care of you as well. And this dynamism is going to, in the end, in the long run, is going to benefit much more. We have to open to spirituality, and thereby, when you do it, you're not going to need sex so much, because you're going to have a much more pleasure with other activities or feelings. For instance, I can go to Sawyer and stay there for 3 hours or 4, and for me, it's marvelous. I do not need anything else when I'm there, and I'm not doing anything really either. I can sit on a bench and doing nothing, but I'm still doing something, which is being focused and concentrated on my thoughts, on my surroundings, and I do want to experience life as it is, not as it. Not. I don't want to follow the main trend. I want to follow my spirit, my feelings, my intuitions. And when you do that, I do recommend to you to to breath and to think about what's important for you, and to dare to do things which can and uh, end up enhancing your life. This is the most important thing. Enhancing our lives is the most important thing. To conclude, we can say that sex is important in our lives, since its reproduction is necessary. Without sex, reproduction wouldn't take place, and would be extinguished, which maybe would be a good thing for the planet, not for ourselves, but for the planet, since we are causing so much trouble in our planet. We destroy it, and we do not care about, we don't respect anything as a society, and we do not respect our nature, neither our neighbors, and everything is wrong, and we are being so focused on unpleasant things, and so focused on unnecessary issues, that the one thing we can do is to understand that sex is part of our lives, but we ought to, everything we do should be focused on being more spiritual. And this is not an obsession. This is not an obsession. We have to express ourselves well. We have to express our feelings, and we have to laugh, and we have to ask ourselves, why am I doing this thing, or I don't feel like doing this thing. You don't have to bless other people. All right, and we have to face our fears. Fear is the most difficult thing. We had to face up let's face it, everyone has issues, and everyone is afraid of plenty of things, and thereby we have to face it. We have to fight for it. It's mandatory to be doing that thing, because otherwise we're going to feel as an octopus in a garage. Sorry, an elephant in a garage, like an elephant in a garage, which is not recommendable at all. And this is what I wanted to convey. I don't know if I've talked enough, long enough. At least I wanted to talk the most I could, and yeah, I'm doing my best. My best. I'm doing my best shot. I'm trying to perform to the highest level, possible level for me. I'm pretty sure of the fact I'm making some mistakes in English, since it's not my native language, but it's okay, I guess, because now I want to get speed and to be more fluent in my English. And I think I'm going to get it, because now I'm going to practice English every day, and thereby this is what. And thank you very much.